and welcome to my compare and contrast to the Tales of the Valiant Bard to the D&D 5e Bard. For anyone who doesn't know what Tales of the Valiant is, it's a new system released by Cobalt Press meant to be compatible with D&D 5e. First change I would like to go over is expertise, as this can be viewed as a big or small change. In D&D 5e, for the Bard, at 3rd and 10th level, you gain 2 expertise, which are basically proficiency bonuses but doubled, which is a pretty sweet ability. In Tales of the Valiant, you get them at 2nd and 6th level, which is a lot earlier and can change up drastically how you play the game. Before we continue, I wanted to go over something, and that is a big change between the Bard of Tales of the Valiant and the Bard of D&D 5e. Let's start with cutting words and how they differ in each system. In D&D 5e, cutting words is a 3rd level ability that's only available to the lore bard. But in Tales of the Valiant, all bards get cutting words as an ability. In exchange for this, Jack of all trades, an ability that all bards got in D&D 5e, is now only available to the lore bard in Tales of the Valiant. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go over some more general class changes for the Bard, starting with Song of Rest. In D&D 5e, you get an extra roll on a hit die when you take a short rest, helping you recover more HP. In Tales of the Valiant, you get abilities called Bardic Performances, in which are your main abilities in Tales of the Valiant Bard, and the effects only activate if they're 30 feet away from you and can see and hear you. The effects you get at the beginning are Cutting Words and Celebrate Life, and you can use these abilities as long as you are continuing your bardic performance, in which you must use a bonus action every turn to continue the bardic performance. A great example of a bardic performance is Cutting Words, what we already have gone over, to the next ability we're going to go over, which only appears in Tales of the Valiant, Celebrate Life. This ability allows your allies to use hit dice to recover HP to equal the result plus your charisma modifier, and have advantage on death saving throws. The next ability we're comparing and contrasting from D&D 5e and Tales of the Valiant is the Font of Inspiration ability. In D&D 5e, Font of Inspiration lets you regain all your expended Bardic Inspiration dice when you finish a short or long rest. That's it. In Tales of the Valiant, it does the same thing, plus allows you to use a Bardic Inspiration die from your Bard character on a character who failed a saving throw or a attack roll within 60 feet of you. And now onto the 6th level features of the bards. First up is Counter Charm from D&D. This ability lets you give other creatures advantage against the frightened and charmed abilities, as long as they can hear you as you perform a performance. Tales of the Valiant's version of this shuts down Charmed and Frightened, as you can't be charmed and frightened when this effect goes off, as long as you're 30 feet away from them. And if you're already charmed or frightened when you start this effect, they have advantage on being uncharmed or frightened. Next up is Magical Secrets. This feature allows you to learn 2 spells from any class list. As long as you can cast that level spell, the main difference is when you get these abilities. At 10th, 14th, and 18th level for D&D, and 9th, 13th, and 18th level for Tales of the Valiant. Next up, Heroic Boons. One of my favorite features from Tales of the Valiant. This new feature lets you choose 1 feature out of an option of 2, and whatever you choose is your heroic boon for level 10. For the Bard, you get Persistent Inspiration or Valiant Inspiration. The first option is Persistent Inspiration, which if you roll your Bardic Inspiration dice and it fails, you don't lose a Bardic Inspiration. The second option you get to choose for the Bard is Valiant Inspiration. What Valiant Inspiration does is that when you see someone within 30 feet of you roll an attack and hit, you can add your Bardic Inspiration damage to a damage dice. So you can roll a Bardic Inspiration and add the damage. But also when you see your ally get hit and take damage, you can roll a Bardic Inspiration dice and reduce the damage, plus your charisma modifier added onto that. Also, a new feature that was added was Grand Performance. There is no feature in D&D like it. It basically just lets you affect creatures with your Bardic Inspiration dice within 60 feet away from you. And finally, the 20th level features. In D&D, you gain Superior Inspiration. When you roll initiative and you have no bardic inspirations left, you gain 1 bardic inspiration. That's what superior inspiration does for the level 20th bard. In Tales of the Valiant, you gain an ability called Curtain Call, in which you can activate a performance where you can gain a number of bardic inspirations equal to your charisma modifier as a bonus action. And after that, you have to wait until a long rest until you can use it again. And that's all for today. I didn't go over the Bard subclasses because I didn't think it was necessary for this one. But if you want me to go over the Bard subclasses and see what's changed between those two, we can go over some of them. Hope you liked this video. Like and subscribe if you did. See you later.